Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of FTB Sports. I know the Liverpool edition. I know you can see some funny thing on our screen in that bottom left corner, but the Liverpool edition. Don't worry. If I'm going to wipe it off in a minute, don't worry. I'm going to get some spray and wipe it off in a minute. So, good evening to Kop Artist. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, Arti.
Good evening, Mr. Stony. How you doing, sir? And I just send a big happy and welcome to our guest speaker today, Mr. B. How you doing, sir?
Evening.
Good. You know what? I don't mind you feeling good today, as long as you're not feeling good tomorrow evening. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Yeah, roses today, gentlemen. Okay, let's get this cracking. So we're gonna start off with lineups, and you know what? As he's our guest, I'm gonna let him go first. What do you reckon the lineup's gonna be for tomorrow, Mr.
Man United lineup?
Both.
Well, Man United, we're going to go, I'm hoping, we go Henderson, we go Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Twanzebe, Lindelof. I'm sorry, it's going to be Bailly, Lindelof.
Oh.
We'll have McFuckeries in the midfield, which everybody knows. Everybody who watches me on United Stand knows that's Fred and McTominay. We're going to have Pogba on the left, Rashford on the right, and Cavani up top. I'd be happy if that's what's put out tomorrow.
Okay.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I want Kabak to play because he's in my fantasy league team. And I really need that extra 1 point at the moment. But who are the other two centre backs that you would normally play? I don't think it's going to
Phillips. Yeah. It'd be Phillips and normally Fabinho, if anything.
You think he's going to play? You think Fabinho will play Fabinho at the back?
Yeah, well, I've seen a little report that Kabak might not be fully ready, and if that's the case, he's not going to play. He's not going to play Reece Williams. I'll tell you that much. So he might have to resort to Fabinho.
See, if
welcome, Mr. Monday. Welcome, sir.
Good greetings, everybody. Arti, Stony, Kop Artist. How you doing, guys?
Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Good. Just behave yourself.
Oh, I'm good. I just want to hear some good jokes.
So Mr. B, I don't think he'll play Reece Williams. He won't risk it. And if Kabak isn't fully fit, I definitely think he'll have to resort to Fabinho to go back there alongside Phillips.
So then, who goes into midfield for you guys? And if Fabinho goes into the back,
Milner probably.
Yeah.
Have to be Milner, Winnie, and Thiago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that I'm so not worried about that midfield.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad. I like that. Kop Artist, go on, tell me.
Yeah, I mean, the United team, pretty much what Mr. B has said. I can't see it being that much different. May put Greenwood on, may bring him as an impact sub, possibly. The back four I would agree with Lindelof and Bailly, I would say. Shaw, and what's he called? Bissaka. Yeah. So I couldn't think of his name. I don't really like speaking about them that much, anyway. You know. The one person that Mr. B didn't hear him say was Fernandes.
Yeah, he'll always play that. That's
so obviously he will play. And obviously we know that Milner's going to crock him anyway, so I'm not bothered about that one.
Milner will take a yellow for him.
Yeah, definitely. But apart from the sort of the change in the back with Bailly instead of Maguire, I can't see there being much difference between the team that played against Villa and the team that's going to play against us.
Okay.
Really can't.
What's your lineup for tomorrow?
Henderson in goal. He's our number one keeper now. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw. Maguire was on crutches yesterday, so I imagine it's going to be Bailly and Lindelof. Midfield's going to be Fred, unfortunately. Pogba on the left. Pogba on the left, Rashford on the right, Cavani, and in the hole, causing all the trouble will be Bruno Fernandes. Be warned.
He's no trouble.
Okay. So just before we get to Stony on his team, and one day, and Mr. B, can I just ask something? What is it now telling me that with you guys and Fred and McTominay? Because the reason why I'm asking that is because I'm in a couple of football groups, and then Man United guys in there, they really like McTominay. They think, yeah, I'm telling you, they really like him, and they're also saying now Fred is looking like a Brazilian.
You want to take this, Mr. B?
Yeah, I will have this. Basically, Fred and McTominay are doing the job of one player. They've got half of the knowledge of the job that they're supposed to be doing, so they're sharing the role.
Gotcha.
We can only pick 11 players, and if them two are doing one man's job, already we're fucked. So that's the problem that we've got with Fred and McTominay. Fred can't pass, he can't tackle, he can't header.
So what's he doing on the football pitch?
This is the question that we ask ourselves every week. Fred has had an average score of 5 from me for the whole season. Yeah. He's had one game where he played a 6.5. The level that he has, I don't believe is good enough for Man United. You look at any top 10 Premiership team, and tell me if Fred would be a first choice in any of those football teams as a defensive midfielder.
Do you not feel that he's improved though? So from his first come?
From what? Trash to bigger trash. Mourinho bought him as a box-to-box midfielder. That was the role that he played at was it Shakhtar they bought him from?
Yeah.
Right. He's come to us now, and they've realised if he crosses the halfway line, we're dead. And when he plays with certain players, I think he feels he's got ideas above his station.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. That's the problem that I have with Fred. McTominay is learning the game. Fred is a big man. Yeah. So he's done. His ceiling has been reached. McTominay, I feel, can grow if he's around the right players, to educate him football-wise. So I don't have a problem with McTominay. My problem has always been with Fred.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what the guys were saying. They were saying that McTominay's got promise. But they were saying that they feel that Fred is now starting to show that he's a Brazilian.
No. Tell them to hush. They're talking garbage. Honestly, I totally second what Mr. B was saying. We need ball retention. We can't break teams down. We got 2 players, like Mr. B was saying, it's wasted. Fred he can't pass the ball correctly. He's what he should do, his simple job would be just pinch the ball and just keep it simple and pop it off to a better player. But he tries to go beyond his station and doing other things we shouldn't be doing. Then he's out of position and tracing back. Granted, both of them have got a lot of energy. They close down, they do their job like that. But we need more quality in that position. And and Fred is, for me, I made a declaration weeks ago that I'm not discussing this guy anymore. I want him out of the club. When I say out of the club, but he shouldn't be there. We paid 50 million. At the time, we were looking at Fabinho. And I'm looking at Fabinho, I think, my God, it's like night and day.
Yeah, but he wanted to come to a big club. What's wrong with you? Fabinho wanted to come to a big club, man. Come on. Listen,
Arti, I'm vexed about that. We should have gone for Fabinho, man. That player is blood. Even back then, you could see how classy he was compared to Fred. You're taking a risk on someone who's playing in a Ukrainian league and he's coming. He's still not pulling his.
And guess what?
52 mil. He's still not deserving of
money for Fred. How much did you lot pay for Fabinho? 40 mil.
I don't want to hear it, man.
40 million, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Fred cost 12 million pound more than Fabinho.
That's a lot of money.
It's another player.
Well, congratulations on Fabinho. He's a great player.
Stony,
respect from me.
What's your lineups for tomorrow, Stony?
Okay, so if Stony has an opportunity to make a phone call to Solskjaer, I believe that there's been discussion today about Manchester United being docked points for not fielding the correct team or something like that. Yeah, or we'll get around that. But this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, so just hear me out. Just hear me out. This is the starting 11 for Manchester United. Okay, De Gea in goal, Brandon Williams, Bailly, Kwanzaa, Telles, Matic, Van de Beek, Ahmed, Mata, Elanga, and Greenwood up top. Why are you laughing at me?
You're right, I think something's wrong, mate.
Keep a straight face, man.
That is my starting lineup for Manchester United. And if Oli does not pick that team, that's when you should be docked points. But that's just my personal opinion. That's my opinion.
I love that.
That's class.
I love that, mate.
No, I think at the moment, Manchester United's main team almost picks itself. So Henderson, I think, has had an amazing season. Your fullbacks pick themselves. So Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, Lindelof plus somebody. I have a feeling that he's going to go for Kwanzaa, and the only reason why I say that is for various reasons. Eric Bailly's fitness has probably hindered the amount of gameplay he's managed to get for Man United. So I still believe we collectively as footballers probably still haven't seen the best of him. I believe his body is made DNA-wise like Sturridge, Matip, Ox-Chamberlain, and Naby Keita. It hurts me to say it, but it's true. And as good as Eric Bailly is, unfortunately, we never know how many games that he's going to be able to play in succession. So I believe that it's going to be Lindelof and Kwanzaa. I believe it's going to be Fred and McTominay. I think Pogba's going to play over on the left. Bruno in the ambush. Cavani and Rashford.
Yeah.
So 4-2-3-1.
I'd agree with that. That team there. I definitely think I'd agree with that. Yeah. For me as well, I agree. Bailly, I think he has got a lot of potential. I don't think we've seen the best of him. I believe he's a much better player than Tanzai, but like he said, it's his fitness that lets him down. And that's why we don't get to see a lot of him. But I believe he does have that in his locker. So Liverpool lineup, Stony.
Same thing. I think the only doubt at the moment is it's a strange one. Okay, so starting same formation 4-3-3. Alisson in goal. Robbo and Trent. Nat Phillips +1. I'm going to come back to that one. He's going to part the Nat Phillips. All right. Thiago, Fabinho, Milner in the middle. Bobby, Mane, and Salah up top. I still think that it's going to be Nat Phillips and Kabak playing tomorrow. That's what I think they're going to actually play tomorrow. Reece Williams, it'll be interesting. No, that's fine. I think even if Reece Williams plays tomorrow,
Reece Williams,
no problem. He's still a player that's part of our development squad, right? So we're going to look at two situations, right? He can play tomorrow and he'll play a 9 and we keep a clean sheet. That's a plus point, right? Listen, he can play tomorrow and we can see 3 goals and he scores 3 own goals. Still not going to be an issue. It's still part of his development. So for me, out of the two, in terms of progression at this current rate, I believe it's just going to be Kabak that's going to play alongside Nat Phillips tomorrow. Yeah.
I hope Kabak is fully fit to play. I really do, because I think I'd really like to see Fabinho back in the middle again.
Yeah. Fabinho has to. For me, Fabinho has to play in the middle of the park. Look, if anything, the middle of the park we can't lose tomorrow, and at least then obviously he plays as a 6. He can still be sitting and playing his normal game in front of the defenders. I do not want to see Fabinho playing at the centre back tomorrow. No chance.
I don't. No, definitely not. But Reece Williams, he's never going to play in that game for me. Never. And I won't do it to the young boy.
Yeah, career suicide.
Yeah, you could ruin the boy.
Yeah, big
ruin
time.
The boy. Seriously, ruin the boy. Rashford gets hold of him, he's in trouble.
But if Rashford gets hold of Kabak, Kabak's in trouble.
Yeah, so Kabak has got a bit more nous.
But he runs as fast as Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah.
So that's where the problem is.
Kenny Dalglish now.
Dalglish right now.
Yeah, now. As he is now, yeah.
Yeah, Moby.
Oh my days.
Phillips and Kabak at the back for us as a partnership. I believe we are going to play with them tomorrow anyway. There's no pace, and as you said, if I'm not even concerned. I'm confident we're gonna get a victory, and I know we're gonna come back to that later in the show. But if Cavani decides to even give Kabak eye to eye tomorrow, call the game off. That's the only thing I don't want to see tomorrow. I don't mind about Greenwood's amazing, Rashford's amazing. I don't want Cavani to be anywhere near Kabak tomorrow, and I like Kabak because that is it's only going to be one outcome. I'll choose not to, if that's okay. So, what was the next question? What I would say is it will be a learning experience for Kabak coming up against somebody like Cavani. Yeah, I'm not being disillusioned about anything. Liverpool's always going to be my heart, but when you have a player like Cavani blessed in the Premiership, it's his class. It's as simple as that.
He's mustard.
Respect, man. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mustard, mate. Tell me, yeah, definitely. So, Amonde, who would you say is your danger man tomorrow for both teams?
For both teams, all right. So Liverpool. This is the thing about systems. Liverpool and Klopp. He continues to play a high line, even with defenders like slow as Jan Molby, as we're saying there. So that's a big risk. Look what happened to Real Sociedad. They didn't do their homework, left it spacing behind, and we murdered them. You know, so surely you've got to tweak it a little bit tomorrow and just sit back a little bit and not allow us not to play so high up and press so high like that. Because one ball over the top, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, there's too much space there to exploit. So I think I think you are still going to play that high line. I think our danger men are going to be our front three. Anyone with a bit of pace, getting beyond the forwards with a one-on-one race, it's like murder out there. It's like Paralympics and Olympics. You know, that's how it's going to look. So Rashford, even though he's not on form, he's got the pace to really hurt you in behind. Just ask Trent. Remember that goal he scored against Trent, where he cut him in half and scored the goal at Old Trafford? That kind of thing. So it plays on your mind. I know it plays on your mind.
Are you living in the past?
No, but these are the type of goals like sprinting, running, spinning, running, chops in, leaving on the ground and slotting it in. That kind of goal, you know, in the space behind your goal. As for Liverpool, it's always said that like your front three have been prolific over the last few years and have been fantastic. I tip my hat off to them, you know, but they don't seem to cause much trouble, to be honest. I think you need to leave Wan-Bissaka alone. Don't even try it with him because one-on-one you're going to be missing. You know, you're going to have to play triangles or something because you won't be able to beat him. As for Luke Shaw, he's been the best player this year, PFA Player of the Year, in my opinion. So forget about it. The only issue I've been saying on our show is that if Harry Maguire's out, we're going to have trouble. So I can see with a bit of disorganisation and with Thiago in there, I think we're going to have a few problems picking up who to pick up with Fabinho. What's your Brazilian guy with the team? Firmino, sorry, yeah. I think he's a danger man, in my opinion, because with the two guys, they're not going to be organised on centre backs, and it's like who's going to pick him up? And one's going to go, leave space in behind, and then we're going to get a bit exploited like that. So I can say, especially with people like Thiago popping balls in behind and all that kind of thing. I think that's so. Thiago and Fabinho. Am I saying what's his name? Firmino. Sorry, Firmino. Yeah, him. So that's who I see the danger men are.
Okay, Kop Artist. Who's your danger man for tomorrow?
For tomorrow for United has to be, well, again, it depends on who they play. You can't ignore Cavani, absolutely world class player, and what a signing for United without a shadow of doubt. They're one of the best signings they've had for many years. I don't see Rashford as being a danger man, and the reason I say that, he's only scored 10 goals this season. So that's 1 in 3.5 games. Okay, so I don't see him as a massive goal threat, not like a Cavani. So I'm sort of pushing him to the side. The other danger man obviously has to be Bruno Fernandes. Let's see how many penalties he tries to win tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? For me, up front, or for Liverpool, up front, would you can't discount no matter how well Shaw's played this season, and he has played very well this season. To be quite honest with you, Shaw surprised me this season on how well he actually has played. But you can't discount Salah. 20 goals again this season, continues to do that season upon season. So I think that's going to be a great battle there. And I would agree with Firmino. For me, I know he's had his off season, but I have to agree that in that middle pocket where he plays, I think he can cause trouble with that unsurety on the defence of United. So I'm going to agree with that one, but I'm also going with Salah.
Okay, so just before I go to Mr. B, I'm just going to say, right, you lot are writing off Rashford for me because he hasn't scored a lot of goals, but he has assisted a lot, and he does scare the hell.
I did say as a goal threat.
Yeah, he does scare the hell out of defenders as well because of his pace and that. So that counts a lot in a game because you then have the people on the back foot and then fighting to go forward as well. So it does count a lot in the game. It's already psychologically in your head for me. So I definitely wouldn't write him off at all. Mr. B, who's your danger man?
For Liverpool, I think it's going to be Firmino, as you lot said, the same points that you've made. I think he's going to cause chaos because he doesn't play as a centre forward, and God bless Bailly, he doesn't. Sensible defenders don't know how to mark Fabinho. So now, as the Monday's got it, he's this, and he's looking just tunnel. He's looking for Fabinho.
Ball hunted, yeah.
Corner flag. Bailly is going to go and run after it. That's what he does. So that's what I'm worried about. The centre of the park.
Please.
Thiago, funny enough, I'm worried about tomorrow. One, because we just seem to cuss him, but I think tomorrow's game is going to be a game where you're going to have space in the middle of the park. I just feel that you're going to have time in the middle of the park tomorrow. So that's what I'm worried about. Firmino and Thiago. For us, danger men wise, I think it's going to be Paul Pogba. When Trent runs, he's going to find the space. Rashford, God bless him, is fast, but he doesn't have Pogba's football astute. He doesn't have. Pogba sees pictures that Rashford can't see.
Yes.
So I think he's going to be causing. I think he's going to be the danger man. They're going to be concentrating on Fernandes because Fernandes is the one that everybody says pulls our strings. But just recently, our strings are being pulled, and the puppet master has now been Paul Pogba. But teams aren't. You look at it. Teams aren't. They're still focusing on the center of our park. So then Pogba is free. Now, with the way that Trent plays, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Trent, but the way that he plays, I just feel that Pogba will find that side more. So I think Pogba's going to be the danger man if he's not picked up. And I just don't see Trent picking him up tomorrow.
Okay. Stony.
Danger men for tomorrow for Man United. I think it's going to be Cavani and Greenwood. Cavani and Greenwood. I just think Cavani's movement's amazing. And Greenwood's had a really good season. Very good season for a young person. I think it's quite interesting what was mentioned about sometimes I think we have to be quite mindful about statistics as a whole, because as much as statistic wise, I think Rashford's probably scored about 10 goals in all competitions and probably not that much assists. But check this. Mane's only scored 14 goals this season, in all competitions and 7 assists. So why is there that difference between Mane and Rashford this season? People aren't looking at it. I'm not saying they're two completely different players, but if we're only talking about statistics, Mane's only scored 4 more goals than Rashford. So, Rashford's still a very good player as well. But just going back to danger men, Cavani and Greenwood for Man United, and for Liverpool, it's going to be Salah and Thiago. Salah, remember, is still pushing for that golden boot, you know, and he's only 1 goal behind Harry Kane. Yeah, he's only 1 goal behind Harry Kane. So whether that goal's scored against Manchester United or whoever we play next, listen, Salah's just full of greed, which is good, right? And yeah, mindless. I like Salah. I like Salah. Let me.
That could be a bit of a hindrance, and I've seen it before, where Salah gets in position and somebody's in a better position and he doesn't pass the ball.
But remember, there's certain forwards like that. They're gunmen. All they're doing is thinking about the goal and it rippling. He's not thinking about nothing else. And I mean,
but there's no iron team, bro.
Where's the cohesion?
Listen, I'm telling you, man. There's no iron Mo Salah either. But he don't care when he's in front of there. He's going for it. But yeah, he's gonna be chasing that. So I'm not saying that he's not a team player, but the carrot is also getting that golden boot. And to tell the truth, if it means that tomorrow that Salah don't pass to nobody and score a hat-trick and we win 3-0, then praise be. I'll be happy with that.
Of course, if he scores a hat-trick, I don't mind that. But
it's when
you don't
Arti,
pass,
we've got a Monday and Mr. Beyond this you can't say if. Don't give these guys hope. so my danger
realist, that's one thing you notice about me. I'm a realist. That's one thing. All right, before we continue, let's get to a few of these people quickly. So Mark Pickering, how you doing, Mark? He says he's going 3-1 to Liverpool, but he just hopes the game is actually played. Edward Brown, good evening, Edward. And he says, hi guys, 4-1 to Liverpool. Says sorry he's late, makes a change. Yous are the ones that are normally late. Good evening, Mr. Solo 7. Good evening, sir.
Yes, Solo.
Good
nice
evening,
to have you on board. And Arslan. Arslan Miraz, what has he been drinking? He says 6-0 Liverpool. Never. I want some of what he's had, mate. 6-0 Liverpool.
Arsenal fan.
Yeah. Edward says his danger men is Salah and Jota.
Okay.
That's if Jota gets on the pitch. If he starts, that's one thing we'd have to say, definitely. Okay. Big shouts goes out to Amy as well. How you doing, Amy? Thanks for that.
Hi, Amy.
She says, great show, gents. Well done. Keep it up. Thank you very much. We like that. Reese, how you doing, Reese? Hope you've recovered from your birthday. And Reese says that he reckons that Mo Salah's going to run rings around circles around Bissaka.
Can I say something? Can I just say something?
From his birthday, by the looks of it.
What that would mean is that you have changed tact and moved him from outside of Luke Shaw's pocket. Because
so true.
Reese reckons 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay. I'm going to open it up now. On Monday, what's your score for tomorrow?
I've been saying all season, if you watch our show, I always say 1-0 United. The reason I say 1-0 is because I want us to get the lead and manage the game and see it out. This is why I think Ollie's a bit flawed. It's been a few times this season where he hasn't managed the game, went to 1-0, made wrong subs, changed formation slightly, and we've conceded or something. AC Milan, for example, our Red Bull in the Champions League. So there's been a few games we've been playing up. So I want to see a professional 1-0. We score early and we hold out for the remainder of the game. If we can do that, that would be perfection for me. So 1-0 Man United. All
right. So before I move on to that though, but do you not think with how Man United have been this season, they've been like the comeback kings, really?
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. That's why I'm always saying
it's a bit. They've gone behind.
Yeah, so that's
games.
Yeah, that's why this is the thing about Ollie. This is what I'm saying. So the pre-match thing has to be on point. So we go out there, we know what we're doing. Don't wait till half time where Pogba and that take over and say, shut up, Ollie, this is what we're doing. And then we turn it around. Because that's what I think's been happening. Our pre-match preparation has to be on point. This is what I'm saying. Go out there, get the 1-0 and secure the result. Don't come in at half time and where the senior players have to turn it all around. I don't like that.
Okay. Kop Artist, what's your score for tomorrow?
3-1, mate. 3-1. I've gone with 3-1 from the previous game. I'm hoping that what happened yesterday backfires on United, which will teach them a lesson.
Yes.
Not to be so fucking,
Scumbags.
not to be cocky.
Absolute scumbags.
But yeah, I went with 3-1 on the previous game, which didn't happen. I'm still going to go with 3-1, regardless of what went on yesterday. I'm confident that our front three will start firing finally.
Who's getting them goals, Kevin?
Firmino, I think, will get one. I think Salah will get one. And I'm hoping Thiago gets another one because he's had a taste now.
Yeah.
We know he can shoot from outside the box because he did it for Bayern. I just think we need to start shooting more from outside the box when we get a chance, and we're not doing that enough. And I think if Thiago can get up there and have a bit of space, I think he might cause Henderson some problems.
Okay, Mr. B, what's your score for tomorrow?
I'm gonna go 2-1 United.
2-1. Who's getting the goals
For United?
Yeah,
Cavani definitely, and Pogba. Those are that's my two. I think there's going to be some goal involvement. However it goes, those two I'm convinced are going to be involved in a goal.
and who's getting Liverpool?
You know what? I'll be honest. I want it to be anybody apart from Salah, just because this is a pride thing. I look at Luke Shaw and I just feel that he's been unbeatable this season, like players. So if Salah comes and does him, it's like, oh shit, 2 games left. So I would rather Wan-Bissaka gets it. So Mane, anybody not on Luke Shaw's side, I will have scoring for Liverpool. So Mane, I still think Thiago's got a big game in him tomorrow. That's the one. You know what? It's going to be Thiago. I think he's got a really big, he's got a big game in him tomorrow. I can see that tomorrow.
Stony.
Sorry, guys. Can I just add? If you recall in the game, in the FA Cup game, when Salah scored, Luke Shaw wasn't tucked in the centre backs. He exploited the space in between them and went through and scored. So that was a big error from us and from Luke Shaw. I feel he should have tucked in a bit more. But there's always the danger there. One little lapse of concentration there.
So Stony.
I'm actually going for 2-1 victory for Liverpool. I still believe that Salah's going to score. So I think it's going to be Salah and Thiago, and for Manchester United, Cavani. I just can't see past that guy just not scoring tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 2-1.
Yeah, that's my same thoughts as well. I got 2-1 in my mind. Cavani is definitely a danger for me. Cavani is definitely the danger for me, and I believe Thiago and Salah as well. Yeah, I think Salah's going to get one. I do believe, like you said, he is pushing for that golden boot. I do believe that's going to push him on, give him that boost. But I hope that he doesn't use it as to be too greedy, basically. I really do hope he doesn't use it to be too greedy and think more about the team tomorrow. Because that 3 points tomorrow be a big boost for us, even though scumbags sold the game, man. The FA should look into that. I don't care.
Can we talk about that?
It's an absolute, in the words of Didier Drogba, it's an absolute disgrace. A disgrace.
Can we talk about it?
Yes, please.
I said I'm going
to be mindful, gents, right? We've got about another 5 or so minutes, so let's get them in quick, yeah? All right, go. Go for it.
I want to hear your thoughts because I've heard a lot of talk about this. I want to hear your argument. Just summarize quickly, the 3 of you, why you're so angry. What is your issue?
Can I go first?
I knew they was going to do it. I knew United was going to do it. You've got a lot of games.
But what's your? Wait, hold on.
It's a short space of time, but I knew that you would rest the players against Leicester rather than us. Standard.
So, all right. So when Man City rested players against Chelsea, did you say anything about that?
I don't care.
And another thing. And sorry, let me ask you a couple of questions.
I've got 2 rivals, fam. Man United and Everton.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, yeah? Let me ask you a question. Okay. So we should be penalised for what happened at our ground, why the game got delayed, yeah? 100%. Don't you think having a one day rest between each game is enough to penalise us. We dropped 3 points the other day because we had to manage our squad. We usually play our best team in the Premiership. The other day, yesterday, we had to play our B team with 2 youths. Do you know about youth academy players? Anyway, we played 2 youths in there. Do you know about youth academy players?
Yes. Should I tell you?
We got 5 in our first team.
Oh,
okay, so my point is we were punished by having 1 day rest in between. That's unprecedented. We don't see that in the Premier League. That's the punishment. That's our 3 points deduction. If you want that.
Nah,
you guys are too angry. You're too angry. You're the team. You're the team in front. What about you? You're the team who your fans throw stones at teams' buses and nothing said about it. But as soon as something happens with us, oh, big uproar. I don't like the double standards.
Here we go.
I don't like the double standards.
Can I jump in on this?
Time, guys. Time. Next subject.
Yeah.
I want to jump in on this one.
No. Time's up. Time's up.
Can I have a 30 seconds? I just want a 30 seconds.
Go for it.
It's Manchester United's fault that you lot didn't beat Leeds. It's Manchester United's fault that all of those games.
Why is it smoking?
We're not talking about that.
So if you had listen, and so am I. If you lot had done your job before that game, it wouldn't have made no difference. You're vexed with us for losing a game because you lot can't do your job.
Your manager said the same thing. Your manager, your mighty manager said the same thing.
Kev, what was you going to say?
I was going to say, right, Monday there has basically started a subject where he's bringing up throwing something at a bus. Okay, let me balance that out a little bit. Let's have a look at the difference between throwing something at a window in a bus, okay, and kicking in a door, throwing flares in your own stadium, which could have set it alight.
Crime is crime.
Fan attacking a police officer and gassing his face.
Are they two crimes?
So there's a massive difference there.
That's PBH, isn't it?
And hang on, can I add something else? Hang on, let me add something else. When you're saying about blaming Man United, okay, you have to blame the Premier League. And I'll tell you the reason why they have to blame the Premier League is because that game that was cancelled or postponed could have been played the very day after.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
They could have played it at 3 o'clock on the Monday because
the TV. That's the television. There's nothing to do with Premier. It's the television money. They want to have it for whatever reason, you know.
Well, you can't have it, but they can't have it both ways. Okay, they know how backlogged these matches are becoming. Okay, so it's got to, the team has to come first. Okay, sod the TV money. The team and the welfare of the players have to come first.
Yeah, I agree.
Money should be out the window. It shouldn't make any difference.
I agree. Yeah, but money's the reason we're rioting in the first place. And another thing, just to add, your manager, go and look it up. He said today that it's down to us. We didn't. Why are you in this position now? So I totally agree with him.
I totally agree with
your manager.
I totally agree with you. We don't deserve top 4.
Yeah.
Okay, we do not deserve top 4 because we've not played well enough. Okay.
Say that again.
But I personally think.
Say that again.
No, keep going.
I personally think that I've seen a lot of comments from a lot of Man United fans. Okay, that have said what Ollie did yesterday was underhanded. Okay, that's from your own fans. But I've also seen a lot of comments coming from United fans saying it was squad rotation. Bollocks was a squad rotation. That was a team change. It wasn't rotation. It was a team change. When you rotate a team, you rotate certain players, okay, to allow other players to come in to rest players. That was a total team change.
Okay.
You should have seen our reaction when we saw the squad. When we saw the first team, you should have seen our reaction. We were very happy. It's about
I bet you were.
Yeah.
Edward Brown
Nothing,
says,
no,
in my
about,
opinion,
we saw the youngsters coming through. We thought,
Hold
yeah,
on,
this is
hold on,
nice.
hold on,
Start
hold on,
the
hold on.
Sorry.
In my opinion, he says we need to watch out for Rashford. Reese reckons that Robbo is better than Shaw overall.
Look,
Without a doubt.
Are you laughing?
You're going to have to make a good argument for that. Make a case. I don't agree.
You need to make a case.
No, you need to make a case.
You know what? We don't have time on this show for that. I tell you what, we'll invite you on our Studs Up.
Yeah.
And you can come and yeah.
100.
We'll do that.
Do your homework. Do your homework. Bring your case. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Present your case.
There's a big suitcase coming.
I'm ready. I am 100% ready for that, mate. Tell you that now. Seriously. We'll bring it on.
All right.
Right. We've only got a few minutes left. So, Phillips. Oh, come on. Edward Brown. What kind of talk is that, man? We'll break Cavani. He'll have him in his back pocket. Only if the ball's played in the air for me.
Yeah.
Varney's good in the air, though. That's what the problem is.
Three in their heads. What's Reese talking about?
Who's Edward?
Edward Brown.
Okay. One of the commentators.
Yeah.
Shush. Sorry, not you guys.
Right, gentlemen. It's coming up to that time. We're going to round it up. So, Stony, you've been quiet for a minute. I know you've been watching what's going on. I know you've been listening to these two. Right? These two, I tell you, my finger's been on that button so many times. I tell you, especially with that on Monday. Oh, did I say it out loud? Sorry. I tell you, Mr. B's behaved himself. Actually, he's been all right.
He's skinny teeth. He's a smile. He's happy.
He can actually come back, especially when they lose tomorrow. He can definitely come back. Right? Definitely.
Win, lose or draw, I will be here tomorrow.
You
control the stream. You control the stream. So guess what?
I like the last two parts he said there.
Expect the grin to be like this, a bottle of JD's like this, and if you want to get the mute button on because there's going to be beer, beep, I told you, beep, I told you, beep, I told you. Oh, yes.
If Mr. B's grin's going to be like this, he's obviously going to be standing on his head.
And you know something? You three, get that rectangle shape for your screens because the long faces we're going to be seeing, boy, it's going to be on.
I knew that was you the other day. I told them, like, it's 6 o'clock. I knew it was you. I knew it. Right, just quickly, Stony, before we go, where is that game going to be won and lost tomorrow?
In midfield. That game's going to be won and lost in midfield. Yeah, 100%. It's going to be about the midfield. We've got our good midfield selection, and Man United will be coming with the A game. Let's not be disillusioned by anything. Man United's midfield, they showed their quality, so I believe it's going to be one in the midfield tomorrow.
Okay, all right. And quickly before we go again, on one day, Mr. B. Right. So, are you not that confident because of your form and our current form? Is that why you're not that confident?
To be all right, I'll be honest. I'm not that confident. I've always said with Harry Maguire, losing Harry Maguire, I think he's our main man, and like we're going to witness now what it's like without him. I'm really concerned about that. But at the same time, I think it balances out because your defense is really poor.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my only fear. Otherwise, I'll be happy. Sorry,
Mr. B.
Yeah, it's. I agree with Stony. It's a midfield game tomorrow, and that's why I'm worried about Thiago. Our two central so-called central defensive midfielders, I don't think are gonna have the tactical nous because Thiago doesn't run. They like players who run, who they can run after.
Hunt them down.
Thiago's gonna be ducking man the whole of the run. He's going to get the ball. He's going to duppy them. Fred's going to go boom. McTominay's going to go boom. And he's just going to be playing the ball. Short pass, long pass. So tomorrow, midfield, 100%. I think that's going to be where it's going to be won or lost.
The Kop Artist.
Well, I can't disagree with that. But I also think it's going to be vitally important for us to go up to Great United from the off, because we know they are good in the second half. They've come back many times in the second half, and they've played poorly first half, exceptionally well in the second half. A totally different change of team. So I think we need to go at them first half, get a couple of goals ahead, just have a go at their central two, and that's where I'm hoping that Firmino can create some havoc in between those two.
I personally believe that both teams will have that weakness tomorrow in the center of their defense. Personally, both teams for me, especially if we have to play Fabs back there, I think that's going to count a lot. And also, obviously, to be honest, I don't really rate Harry Maguire. I don't really rate him, to be honest. I think one thing he does do well is probably he'll be a talker and an organizer, but as an actual baller and that, for me, he's not the guy. And I think if United want to be back to where they were, he's not the guy you need to rely on. And I hear a lot of talk of who do we get to partner Maguire? I would say, who do you get to partner Lindelof?
What?
Exactly, mate. All right? I'm telling you that now. 100%. He's not that guy. I'm telling you. I've seen quicker tortoises than him as well, mate. In turn, Milk turns quicker than him. I'm telling you, Milk turns quicker than him.
Would you say Milk turns quicker than him?
That's like a JCB.
He's good in the air.
Do you hear that, Mr. B?
He's good in the air, and he looks like he can organize a team. But him personally, as a defense, no, not for me. And I'm telling you, I believe if Man United want to get back to where they were, he's not that guy to take them there. He's not the guy. I'm telling you that now. So
look, he's better than all your centre backs at the moment.
At the moment, yeah,
well, he's not better than
at the moment.
Well, your man's injured.
Exactly.
I like your man. Yeah,
he chose his words very, very well.
He chose his words very wisely. Very wisely.
Monday's not stupid. Right.
At the moment. Yeah, at the moment.
All right.
Look, in all honesty, I've looked at it quite a lot, and I've said to myself, if Man United want to get back to where they were, Maguire's not the guy, man.
Alvin, I'm really surprised you say that, bro. Seriously? I'm really surprised you're saying that. I can't believe you, because I endorse Harry Maguire. He's the main reason. When he first come, we were 11th in the defensive ratings. Now we're second behind Man City, and Man City have all the possessions, which is their defense. So he's had a huge impact on us defensively. Fantastic player. England's number one World Cup team of the year, team of the last World Cup. England's number one. Was that because he got a couple goals? No, because he was the best player.
No, because he got a couple headed goals. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about his game as defensive. No, but he got a couple headed goals, and that's what boosted him. It wasn't his defending. Let's not get that twisted.
I wasn't on the panel picking up the team. All I'm saying is, on eye test, he was, even for me, he was one of the best defenders in the world Cup.
And I remember
since then, you name me 5 better players. Name me 5 better defenders, centre backs in the Premier League, and I'll wait. Well, exactly. So let's move on.
I will not be mentioning him. I'll tell you that much.
You name me 5 better. Name me 5 better, not debatable, but 5 better players.
Anyway, time is up. Anyway, yeah, we are going to run, and we're gonna run quicker than Harry Maguire. I'll tell you that much.
My man could run quicker than Maguire.
Gentlemen,
my days!
It has been a blast. Thank you very much for coming on, being brave enough to step into the Lions Den.
Thank you.
I hope you can be about tomorrow, because I think it would be really good to have you on tomorrow as well for the reaction.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
100%.
We really appreciate it. And
like you said,
I really love the show. Yeah, I love your show. I always tune in. So I say to everybody, like, subscribe, and tune in to the Kop guys, because they're doing it, man. Big up.
Stony, my brother, always a pleasure as usual. Kev, been a blessing. On Monday, my brother, Mr. B, nice to have you on.
Cheers,
and hopefully see you all tomorrow, yeah?
Definitely.
Good luck.
Peace, people.
Not really.
We won't need it.